Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at beta and preview version 1.20.40.21. Now this beta is actually a relatively small one, especially in comparison to the beta from last week. Getting into our first change here, last week Cartographers got an update so they can now give maps going to jungle temples, swamp huts, and villages. So the change is that these maps will now actually be able to bring you to structures that you have already found and generated, which I don't believe was broken. Neither one of these are it, but last episode, or last video, I guess, there was a plains biome map, and it brought me to this village here, which we were already, we already had loaded. So I don't really think that was broken in the first place, but they say it was, so I'm just going to assume they fixed it because it was already working last week. Now, the next 4 changes are all related to the sounds made by water. If you remember last video, there were updates to the way these sounds changed, but now they've all been changed to match Java. So the ambient sounds for entering and exiting water is now played only when the actor is submerged. So when you go full underwater, you hear that splash like you just went under. Hear that. It's very different to the ones where you get on land, which is what was changed last week. The splash sound for entering water has been changed to match up. Oh, so they did change it. So they fixed these last week, and I thought they sounded really good last week, but now they've changed them all. So there's the entering sound, and then the splash sound for exiting water is still the same. But I'm not hearing it played. Yeah, that's weird. So the splash sound now only plays once you go all the way underwater. It doesn't play when you get out of water anymore. Only when your head goes above it. I don't think I like that. I like the sounds it was making last week. That's really weird. Alright, moving on to the next one here. Gonna go ahead and make a little bit of an end portal because the boss bars have been changed to match that on Java. Jumping into the end here, we're gonna see what the dragon boss bar looks like, and then we're gonna spawn in a wither. Where is the dragon? There it is. Completely hidden away by the frickin' text on top of the screen. So annoying. There's no way to really get rid of that. But it now says it's the same color as on Java, but it looks pretty much the same to me. Spawning in a wither now, that's definitely a different color. Spawn in. Alright, so the wither health bar is definitely changed in color. I wonder when the ender dragon takes damage if it'll change. No, the dragons is still that pink, but the wither is a deep purple, which it wasn't before, so that is 100% different. Alright, Dragon and Wither have now both been taken care of, and we can get back to the overworld to finish off the rest of this changelog. Alright everybody, so for this next one, as I'm sure you know, camels have their little dash move, but in this changelog, they will no longer be able to dash through water or lava. So let's start with the water, because they're gonna die in the lava. But as you can see, when I let go of the spacebar, he doesn't move at all. But the second we get out, he really gets moving. And if we do it on the way back as well, as you can see in the water, it doesn't move at all. But the second he leaves, it will automatically start. And for some reason, the fire is spreading to the dirt. Now, same thing in the lava. He cannot dash. I'm hitting it over and over. And he just, unfortunately, ends up dying. So, I guess I didn't need this pen anyway, because the camel was gonna die always. I always knew the camel was gonna die, but I made a pen anyway. I don't know why. Anyway, after that, the next thing is that iron golems can no longer naturally spawn inside of a too tall area. So to do this, I'm gonna create a mini iron farm. Alright, there you have it. So I know it took a little while, but I set up this platform which had more surface area for spawning, but since the guy spawned here, that just further proves that they will not spawn under here, especially since you saw it took a little while. I sat there for like 20 minutes. I didn't really make a good working iron farm. I just made like a little mess that I stuck together. All of that now having been taken care of, there are 3 more items we need to take a look at. Players are no longer affected by arrow effects if the arrow is blocked. To set this up, we're going to grab a dispenser, some redstone, a bunch of arrows, and a shield. Alrighty, here's our dispenser. I've got some wither, weakness, and jump boost. Turn on our clock and activate the shield. Oh, hold up. Go into survival. And now, as all the arrows get blocked, I'm not getting any effects. But the second I uncrouch, I'm going to get shot and I'm going to get the effects. So, yeah, there was an issue where if you blocked it, even though you had that shield and you blocked the arrow, it would still give you the effect. So if you got shot with like a poison or a wither arrow, even though you blocked it, you're still going to get poisoned, which was very weird and should not have been happening. But it's been fixed now, so all good. Villagers in the End and Nether are no longer saved to the overworld, so that was like a thing in the game files. But the real thing is buckets, alright? Alright, let's get a bucket of water, and then let's grab a stair. Just a random stair, it does not matter. So going into survival here, as I'm sure all of you know, you can waterlog a stair, and then you can take the water back out of that stair. And I just broke my redstone, which is lovely. But the issue was that this was broken. You couldn't waterlog or de-waterlog a stair. But once again, you can. Don't worry. But the real interesting part here is you can't de-waterlog something underwater now. Or at least that's what the changelog read. But I just oh my god, you can breathe in here? I didn't know you could do that. Now, the changelog does say fully submerged. So let's see if we can de-waterlog this one. We still can't. Okay, so I don't know what the changelog is on about, because I can unwaterlog these things, even if they're fully underwater. And, yeah, that makes no sense. So the changelog is just either wrong, or Mojang completely forgot to actually fix this, or they just messed up. One of those. But, anyway, 2 more items, both touch control related. They added a sprint button for camels when using the sprint using the joystick option, turned off. And they fixed the sneak button, partially blocking the D-pad up button when using touch controls. For those of you who use touch controls, I hope you like those changes. For the rest of you, pretty small changelog. Last week was the big thing. However, update 1.20.30 should be coming out either tomorrow or next week. So I do highly recommend that you guys subscribe and smash that little bell so you don't miss the changelog reviews on that when that comes out. Also, if you're really curious in some of those features, maybe go back and watch some of the older 1.2020 and 1.2030 beta and previews, because all those features are what's going to be in this new update. Anyways, this has been Mr. Gaming Aquatic, and I'll see you next time. Peace!